Hello everyone, welcome back to Coalmine Photography, where we talk about photography, videography, and the technology used in both. Over the years, I have developed a couple mantras that have helped encourage me to continue to practice photography. These mantras have helped me to develop my skills and get better at photography over time. It is easy to only pull out a camera when there is a special occasion or event. This will not help you get any better at photography. In this vlog series, I'm going to share with you my mantras so that hopefully they will help you get better at photography as well. This is part 1 of the series, so make sure you click the bell icon and subscribe below. That way you'll get notified whenever I post new videos. You can also follow the hashtag photographyis on Instagram. That way you can see how I use these mantras in my own photography. So for mantra number 1, photography is taking time to stop and smell the photos. You may have heard the saying, stop and smell the roses. This saying encourages us to take time out of our busy days to recognize and enjoy the events that are going on around us. The same thing can be applied to photography. In order to enjoy and develop your photography skills, you need to take time out of your life to develop your skills and practice photography. I'm going to suggest a couple different ways that you may be able to do this. For number 1, try and leave a little early when you're headed into work or school, and then find ways along your commute where you can stop and take pictures. If you have enough time, stop and take pictures right then, or just make a note to stop later when you have some time to do so. Next up, for your lunches, maybe try to walk somewhere to lunch or take a mobile lunch with your camera in hand and snap photos along the way. The next one's going to be a bit more obvious, but try to take your camera on road trips and then stop along your road trip at different locations that you see along the way and take pictures there. Try to leave early on your road trip so that you don't feel too pressured when you stop along the way to actually take your pictures. Another pretty obvious one is to bring your camera with you on your weekend activities. You never know when a photo op may arise. Next up, as part of this mantra, I want to encourage you to take time to see things differently. As you develop in your photography, you're going to start to notice things differently than you did before. You will start to picture scenes through the eyes of your camera lens, and you'll start to find places where you can make really great compositions. For example, you might be out to dinner and you notice the cool lines and angles that the architecture in the building makes. Another example, you might be out camping and you look up in the night sky and you notice how the pine trees and the sky come together to make a really beautiful composition. These are great opportunities to have your camera handy. That way you can pull out your camera, snap a photo right then. You also want to take time to stop and try and find different angles in your compositions. Sometimes the angle you see at first isn't going to be the most beautiful composition. So try and move around your subject and notice different angles. That way you can get the best shot possible. Also, it's very easy for us to get blind to our environment. It's easy to just bypass the things that you see every day along your route, and you don't even realize that they're there. Another thing to realize about that is that you are very used to your own environment. To someone else, your environment may be very beautiful and worth seeing a picture of. So other people are going to be interested in seeing pictures of your environment, of your hometown. So take pictures of those things, even though to you, they may not seem as interesting. A couple other things that you're going to want to watch for as you take time to stop and take pictures are things like, how does light affect your environment? How does weather affect your environment? And how do seasons affect your environment? For example, when you take time to actually stop and take a picture, consider revisiting that location in a different time of day when there's different lighting on that location and see how it changes throughout different times of the day. Also, consider revisiting that location during different weather. For instance, after a rain, things will change as far as the lighting, and you'll get reflections off of different surfaces. Maybe it's just snowed. How does that snow change your environment? What do the reflections look like then, and how does it change the lighting? And then lastly, the seasons. How does the colors change from spring to fall to summer to winter? Visit those locations in those different seasons and take different pictures of those areas and compare the colors in those different spots and see which one creates the best or most interesting composition. I hope you're able to use this mantra in your own photography to take time, stop, smell the photos. Share with me your pictures on Instagram using the hashtag photographyis. I'd love to see some of the different compositions you are able to make using this mantra. Thank you everyone for stopping by, and make sure to stop by for the next video. See you later.